Hello and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Marta and today I'm really excited because I'll be filming my first video in my Zodiac series, and this will be the video doing my custom Aquarius palette. And first I will just start off telling you a little bit about this series that I'm starting with, and basically it's just me making a custom palette for each of the zodiac signs, and I will be posting the video right before the date of the sign, and I will be doing a look with the palette just to show you like somewhat how you can work with the palette to achieve a look with it. And I'm sorry about the messy background, but my mother-in-law is visiting and we do not have a spare guest room, a spare bedroom, so she's living in the living room and she has all of her stuff in the couch, so that's why. So as a basis I'm using the page nowletsgetgoing.com, and they have a whole page dedicated to zodiac signs and your perfect astrology color palette and colors you should avoid. So that's where I'm taking my inspiration for the colors. I will have to put a disclaimer, I do not know almost anything about zodiac signs. I just think it's a very cool concept and something I want to do to build some custom palettes. So I really hope that no one is going to be offended by this, because I know that people are very attached to their zodiac signs, and that because I mean everyone saw how BH Cosmetics did it with their zodiac signs palettes, and they were not really that loved by the beauty community. So I just ask you to, if you don't like the colors that I pick out for the palettes, then please don't be offended. This is just my take on it, and yeah, I don't mean any harm with it. So yeah, I'm just basically taking my inspiration from this page, so that's where I got it from. Don't kill me for it. So what the site nowletsgetgoing.com says about the shade Aquarius is that you're a dreamer, airy Aquarius who's ready to take on the sky. So think modern, sleek and upward, because you belong in the sky. Think of all the colors that will bring you there. Your wardrobe should reflect the way light interacts with the clouds and the sky. Electric blues and silver linings. Although you can rock a chic all black ensemble, avoid it if you can, Aquarius. Your Aquarius personality traits allow you the forward thinking strength to wear bright patterns that turn heads. Aquarius color palette: silver, sky blue, yellow, white and lilac. Aquarius color palette no-nos: black, orange and gold. And the page astrologyclub.org says that Aquarius has the colors electric blue and turquoise. So I will just be starting off with my Aquarius palette, and I will just show you right now how I picked the colors. So this is the best I can do with trying to fit my single shadows on the screen. I'm sorry that you can't see everything, but it's just how it is. So what I will do, I have not filmed the intro yet, so I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself. This is the first video in this series that I'm filming. But I did take some notes on some of the different shadows that I wanted to use for the Aquarius palette, and I really want to try to have colored Raine in the shade Majestic here, because it said that sky blue was very appropriate for Aquarius. So I'm taking that one, and I'm also contemplating if I should, I don't know where to put, I'll put it here in the meantime. So I think I also want to use Paradise Isle because it's a nice darker shimmer. And then I also, because it says lilac, I want to have some duochromes. So I was thinking about using my Colourpop shadow in the shade Glass Bull, which is this one. It has a little bit of a lilac or lavender base, and then it's got a light blue shift. And to complete the lavender and lilac, I want to use some of my lighter purple shadows. And as you can see, I do have some from Colourpop right here, but I also have some beautiful ones from Devinah. So this is, by the way, this is my whole Colourpop palette. Then I have a similar one with all my Looxi shadows. I also have some Looxi shadows right here. Then it's my colored Raine, Devinah, And here I have my Makeup Geek shadows. So I obviously have a couple more shadows from different brands, but they have different pan sizes. And then I also have a lot from Coastal Scents, but I don't think I will be using any of them. So I'm not sure what kind of purples I want to use. I want to maybe use the shade Heiress, which is this one. It's a light, really lilac shade. And then I want something darker, like a dark one that can go maybe with both blue and purple shades. So Complicated from Looxi Beauty would be a nice option here. Also yellow should be quite nice, so I think I want to try Lick It, Slam It, Suck It by Looxi Beauty here. So that is a quite pale yellow shade. And then I have the shade Buttah, also by Looxi Beauty, which is just a matte, quite pure yellow shade. And it says silver as well is nice for Aquarius. So I'm thinking maybe this one by Looxi Beauty, which is called Starboy. It has a blue to green shift almost, so I think that one could be very beautiful, both to pair with the lighter shimmer and the shade Paradise Isle and Glass Bowl, honestly. And for the last shade, I think I want maybe one more matte, because I do like to have more mattes than shimmers in my palette. So as you could see, I took out the shade Glass Bowl and I took out the shade Starboy, and I think I want to replace it with Devinah in the shade Boom Sour, which is one of their newer ones, because it has this beautiful sky blue shift. And then I am thinking about removing this shade, which is Aquarius. I don't know if I filmed that, but it's called Aquarius and is from Looxi Beauty. But this one has more of a green base, and I think I might want to just use one of their newer shadows from here, because this has more of a... oh, I just bumped my nail in it. But this shade Donner has a sky blue base and a yellowy gold shift. So gold is not supposed to be in a palette, but this is more of a yellowy gold, so I think that will be fine, and that will play very nicely with the blues that I have here, because I just felt like the darker, like this blue, would not have many other shadows to play with. So I think this one could be a nice addition, because then you could use like the dark shade Complicated with Majestic and Donner, for example. And I think I also want to, I feel like I need like just one of those. I think I'll put this one in here. I mean, this is a very nice palette, it's just that I feel like the shade Verity from Devinah that I put here is a little bit too similar to Colourpop Heiress. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to swatch these. I just picked up the Devinah shadow in the shade Kaia, and it's a little bit warmer than the shade Heiress, so it's a little bit more different from the shade Verity from Devinah. So I will just go ahead and swatch them to see the differences. So this is Colourpop Heiress. And then we have Kaia from Devinah. It's not that much warmer, but a little bit. I'll just also swatch the shade Aria, because this one is very much warmer, but it's also quite a bit darker. Just swatch it here. It's actually not that much darker, at least not compared to the shade Kaia. It's just way warmer. And then we have the shade Verity, because I do think I want to keep this just to have a light transition for both of the blues. I think that could be very helpful. Yeah, as you can see, it's quite different from the other ones. So I don't think I want Heiress, but I'm a little bit undecided if I want to take Kaia or Aria, because I feel like Aria would make the palette maybe a little bit more versatile, because then you would have like a warmer purple that goes very well with the shade Runts from Devinah. But using... wait, this one is the shade Aria. Then again, this one is a little bit more cohesive to use the shade Kaia. Gosh, this is so hard. I actually do like this quite a lot better, so I think I will just let it be with that. So I guess this is my finished palette for the month of Aquarius, and I do really like it. I think I could do quite a few looks with this palette, and it does say that it's supposed to be both silver, sky blue, yellow, white and lilac, and I feel like I kind of got all of them, because this one has sort of like a white base and can work really well as an inner corner highlight or as a topper shadow for any of these colors, honestly. And I got some sky blue and I got some lavender. This one goes both with the sky blue shade and it goes with the lavender shade, and then I have lavender here in the shade Runts from Devinah. So yeah, I'm quite happy with how it's looking. So I will just go and get a tissue so that I can swatch the palette for you, and then I will go ahead and do a look, but it's not going to be today, so it's going to be another day that I'm filming that. But let's just jump into the swatches.
It's more than another lot of war. This ain't the same. This ain't the same. They say love heals all. It makes it all alright. In time. In time. My heart still feels the breaking, but you make my world so bright. It feels so right. It feels so right. And how will we ever feel that what we've got is real? There's no denying.
And so today when I'm filming this intro, it's a couple days later, and I did end up changing one of the shades. I changed up the color Lick It Slam It Suck It by Looxi Beauty and added this one instead. So this one is actually a loose pigment by Tanuka that I pressed, but I thought it was just perfect for this palette. And I just pressed them like 2 days ago, so that's why I didn't have it when I was putting together this whole palette. But it is basically like a light pale yellow with, I would say, both green and lilac mica flakes in it. So it's very, very stunning. And I do really love how this whole palette plays together, and I'm sure you could make a lot of different looks using this. So without any further ado, I just want to go straight on to the look so that this video will not be too long. So if you're interested in seeing how I got this look right here, then please keep on watching. So for my look today with the Aquarius palette that I made, I really want to do something like this. It is posted from Tanuka and it is made by Lana Makeup Nails. And I think I want to do like something yellow here, and I do have the exact same pigment here. And I'll do something purple on the lower lash line with the shade Complicated. My eyes haven't completely healed after the allergic reaction that I had from the Juvia's Place The Berries palette, so that's why my skin is a little bit textured on the inside of my creases, so I just hope that it's fine to use makeup now, because it's the first day I'm using eyeshadow after the accident. And yeah, I hope that the eyeshadow look is going to come out nice, even though it's a little bit extra textured. So as you can see, I'm still very red. I mean, I normally am red, but yeah. I'm at least just tapping out my Makeup Revolution concealer in the shade C1. And then I'll just be going in with the yellow shade from my palette with my Kaleidos Makeup S3 brush, and I'm just going to pack it all over the lid and blend it out into the crease. Now I will be taking it's a very tiny shader brush, but it's almost like a stiff, tiny blending brush. So I will go ahead and pack this one to my lower lash line, and then I'm going to use the same brush, I think, and use this shade.
But this time it's more than another lot of war. This ain't the same. This ain't the same. They say love heals all. It makes it all alright. In time. My heart still feels the break.
Just to be able to make the line a little bit better, I'm just going to take a very small flat brush. And I'm not really wanting too much new product. And then I'm just trying to make a sharp line.
And how will we ever see if we are meant to be? It's terrifying. It's terrifying. And how will we ever know if the love will ever grow without trying? Without trying.
I wasn't really planning to make a liner here on the top, but I'll just extend the liner that I just made a little bit. Now I'm taking that same flat brush just to be able to make a little bit more of a precise application right here.
Cause I know then you'll see we could be true. We can be true. I want you to see what I see in us. Something so real. Something so real. I want you to see that this is a love that we both feel, that we both feel. And how will we ever know if the love will ever grow without trying, without trying?
I'll just pack on the yellow a little bit further up just because the purple shadow is very overpowering, and I still want the yellow to be quite visible in the look. So I am ready to go in with the shade Extraordinary Person here, which is a pressed pigment that I pressed myself, as I might have already said. And I'm just going to use my BH Cosmetics base booster for it and a tiny clean brush. It's very important that your brush is not stained, just because you do want the yellow to shine through the glitter. So I'm just going to apply a little bit of the glue, approximately like this, at least that's what I'm going to start with, and then I will just be tapping it very gently onto the eyelid just to make sure that I'm not moving the shadow too much underneath. So let's just hope and pray that this will turn out good.
They say love heals all, it makes it all alright.
And a little bit above my crease, just because I want the specks of glitter to be visible even when I close my eyes. Now that that is done, I'm just taking another type of flat brush and I'm just going to add the pigment very carefully. I'm just taking a little at a time.
And how will we ever see if we are meant to be? It's terrifying.
We don't really need the pigment to be in full opacity, just because as it was in the look, it's basically just a topper shade.
Without trying. And how will we ever see if we are meant to be? It's terrifying. It's terrifying.
So now I'm done with the pigment, so I'm just taking a little bit of the lighter bluish shadow right here just to blend out a little bit more under here. I'm not really trying to apply much, I just want it to be a even more blended line.
We're meant to be.
So I'm a little bit stuck between these two shades for my inner corner highlight. This one is the shade Moonlight and this is the shade Northern Light by Emme Cosmetics. But I think I'll go with the shade Moonlight, and then for my cheeks I will just use Northern Lights first and then I will top it off with Moonlight.
How to get to know someone like you, someone like you. I want you to know me, 'cause I know then you'll see we could be true, we can be true. I want you to see what I see in us, something so real, something so real. I want you to see that this is a love that we both feel, that we both feel. And how will we...
So that is how my look turned out using my custom Aquarius palette, and I really love all of the shades that I put in here and I really like the look that I came out with. And there's obviously a lot of more options for what you can do with this palette. So I will make sure to reach for it a couple more times before my next palette. And yeah, I hope you also liked this look and that you liked the video and this concept. I really like to make my own custom palettes, so it's really exciting for me to be beginning this series. Yeah, please leave a comment down below what you think of this series. I really hope no one is offended of how I put together this story. I just tried to stick with the pages that I found the information on that I showed you in the intro. So I hope that you guys liked it and that if you're an Aquarius, that you also liked this palette and how it looks. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up if you did like it. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos from me, and hopefully I will see you in my next one. Bye!
This ain't the same, this ain't the same. They say love heals all, it makes it all